Hello everyone, it's a beautiful Saturday and this is the Easter weekend. I'm just trying to get this one slab done so I'll have my tomorrow open. So just right now unloading the truck with the barrels of water. So here I go. Now I'm going to turn the pump on to start pumping the water up to the tank. I've got like 8 bags in here of concrete. I'm going to quickly load in, then go down the mountain and get another load. Because it's going to take one more load for that slab up there for today. So, well, get working on it. Got the load of concrete up on the top. There we go. And the bag's in the cab there. Still pumping the water up to the tank. So I'm gonna get the camera set up here, but I'm not really sure if I'll be able to shoot, because we've gotten some wind and the clouds came over and it's cold. I don't know if I can keep the camera standing up here because the wind's blowing not super hard, but enough to easily knock over the camera stand. So I'm going to see what I'm going to do. We'll get back up here and whoa. It's blowing pretty good right here, so I'm going to finish getting set up, bring some more concrete bags up here and start mixing. And I'll first pour down some of the block, and once that's done, that's probably about 10 bags for the block, maybe 11, and then about didn't actually do a real good calculation yet. So it's like 1, 2, 3.5 by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, that's not going to take very much. I was guessing initially, without measuring, 60 bags. I think it's going to be more like 50. So, all right, well, I got to bring some more bags up. Some more bags up and get working. Whew. Well, the sun seems to have disappeared behind the clouds. I've got a pretty cold wind coming in and it's pretty miserable up here, but I got to pour it anyway. Temperature's almost, and the wind's almost to the point where you'd think of whether or not you'd cancel pouring the concrete because of the conditions, but it's right on the edge, and so I'm going to go for it. So I've got like about a third of the truck unloaded up here, And I've got this is 28 bags on the pallet right here, which is actually blocking the camera from blowing off. So I got some water. Unfortunately, because I'm higher than the water tower now, well, yeah, actually, you know, right at the same level, I have to grab a bucket of water from the level below each time. So it doesn't increase it to my time too much, but it's not fun. And right now it's not fun being right up here, but when I get going on it, I'll show you what I have to do. Well, that's probably a pretty long video. That was 8 bags. So I've got down this one wall taken care of, but there's 2 holes down on the other side that I've got to fill. It's going to take probably another 4 bags. I'm going to go down and grab some more, and when I'm done with the walls, then I'll get back. So well, the wind has died down a little bit, and not quite as bad as it was. So I finished pouring down into the holes. Now I'm starting to pour on the top. Yeah, and it's so nice that that cold wind stopped. But and I don't know, as I go on, I like wash my stuff after each load. I found that concrete wants to really stick to the steel, so every time I pour it, you'll see me dump the water around and sort of do a pseudo clean on the wheelbarrow. And there's still some concrete bags in the truck, and I've got this pallet of 28 bags here, and I got 4 over there. So I use 1 from that pallet and 1 from the truck. I try to like mix when I do 2 bags. I try to see what the consistency of each bag is and mix it up enough that I've got like the best of both worlds, because sometimes you get a bag that seems to be a little bit light in the cement or the sand, and then you get one bag that has too much gravel. So I usually mix between batches. Gives a little more consistent concrete mix. But that's what you get when you buy dry mix. It's sometimes no problems, and sometimes you'll get a load and it's just very not mixed well, let's just say. But once you realize that, you just sort of plan ahead and you have all your bags, and if you have some that are one way, some another way, then you just use 2 bags. So that's what works really good with at least using 2 bags. So get going to this thing, man. Also, one thing nice about this is when I'm pouring the slabs more than the holes, I can just dump the wheelbarrow. I don't have to like scoop up with a bucket. Scooping up with a bucket and pouring down the holes takes a lot more time. So now things will speed up a little bit. Get it up a little bit higher there so I don't have to lean down. You can see how much nicer it is to not have to take and bucket it out of the wheelbarrow, just to dump it. Things work much faster. What I'll tend to do is go between 2 and 4 inches as a first pass across where I'm pouring, and then work back across it again, and then again until I'm up to the top. Usually it takes about 3 passes to go across an 8-inch slab. You know, one across, pour, then to pour another layer on it, and the other, and you work all it together. It seems to work a heck of a lot better than trying to pour all on one side and slowly work. I just tended to have issues with it curing, sort of. It's a semi-cure, and then not getting a good bond edge, and then getting weak areas where water can seep through. So I got to work that a little bit and then keep going. Since this is a pretty small slab, I'm not going to have much of an issue with that, so I'll be pouring across it pretty quick. Well, you can see how the pour is coming. I've got about 3 inches, 3.5 inches there. I'm just going to keep coming across. When I get to this side, then I'll start back over on that side and work the concrete back across again. And I let the video run longer with me mixing so people could get the actual feel of what I go through when I actually mix this. I've had a lot of people say there's no way I'm doing this, and that there's no way anybody could. But if you really think about it, my truck, when I bring up 30 bags of concrete on one load, if you do that 100 days a year, which is like less than a third of the year, that's 3,000 bags. You do that for 10 years, that's 30,000 bags. And I'm just over 20,000 bags. So this can be easily be done by someone. It just takes time and patience. Of course, in my location, being way up on top of a mountain, it is way more difficult than if you're just someplace where you can just drive up with a cement truck and pour. So, well, I am going to get to it and get mixing some more on. And when I get to a next stage, I will start videoing again. Well, the camera just got blown off the top, even though I had it all the way down. And a little storm is hitting right as I'm still working on the concrete. I got a little bit more to do, but it's going to be hard doing it if it's raining. So I have to put the camera and stuff in here for now. So I'll get back as soon as I can. Well, this storm had come in, it came in so quick. I only had like about 5 minutes. It came over the top of the mountain and it's hitting hard. I still have about an inch to pour on top of the slab. The whole slab's there, but just all 1 inch away from the top. But this is what I've got that's coming at me. Take a look at this. That is some nasty clouds right there. And I looked over this GoPro. It managed to survive. It landed right in the rocks. A very, very minute scratch on the very front screen near the bottom, which I almost can't see. But I'm sure glad it didn't take out the GoPro. But and then looking off on the other direction, heading to the north. It's super windy up there. Trying to pour the concrete. I mean, if I would have had just probably another half an hour, I could have gotten some boards across and put block on top so that if it rained, it would be protected. I'm sort of at an impasse right now on what I'm going to do. Whether I try to go up there and fight to get that last 1 inch done, or try to wait for this thing to blow over and pour the last inch. But we're talking, we've got some really nasty weather out there. That ain't just bad. That's like, it's one of our super bad squalls. It's oh, I got my one other bag of concrete there I need to bring in so it doesn't get wet. And I got my lunch box right there. I better grab those. Let me grab the lunch box real quick. My coat. Almost blew my coat away. Oh, it's getting all wet. My phone's getting all wet. The bag must be getting wet too. All right, well, I'll get back when I have more info on what's going on. Well, I'm here on the south-facing slope, and I've got this rest of the third floor like blocking the main wind coming in. I'm gonna stick my head up over the top here and see how it is. How much wind's blowing. I'm worried that's gonna blow the wheelbarrow. Holy moly. All right, well, I'm heading back down. down. Dang, it's like the ramp is getting slippery. Whew. Now I gotta clean the lens. All right, well, let's see what's gonna. I think I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see what happens. that last footage was of me up there finishing off that slab. But some of the wind started to kick up super high, and oh, it was a pain. I fought it, and I'm just gonna poke my head over the top. It's just blowing too hard over there. If I poke right up, you can see right there, I got it covered with the OSB and some block. I managed to get it basically surfaced, but that's how it's gonna have to survive. It's not too big of a deal because there'll be another layer on top of that 8 inches, because all the roof sections after the 8-inch slabs are all in, and everything's all ready, and the walls are all up around, and the protection for the solar panels. Then I'm going to come back with some underlayment and then put it all around, and then pour 2 inches of concrete on top of that. So if the surface isn't perfect, that's just fine. I mean, it's the roof. So anyway, I think I'm gonna have to one more thing here before I say I'm gonna head off is, if you look out, you can see I have rebar. See the rebar? Well, one of the pieces of rebar up on the top of the roof started singing, and basically it gives a hum sound. That's when there's a lot of static electricity, and that means lightning could be in the area. So it hummed a little bit, it stopped, but it's not the best place to be outside if we're going to have lightning strikes. So I think I'm going to call it a day. It's getting worse. I'm going to see if I can throw a couple more blocks up on that OSB so it doesn't blow off. But that's Utah weather for you. Yeah, my thumb just about froze. So anyway, you have everybody else have a great Easter weekend, and all of our hearts and everything should be towards Christ on this day that took on all our suffering. That's like the best gift of all. So I really thank Jesus Christ for accepting me. Man, it's just like it's the one thing in my life that's a solid foundation. And so all this and everything I do is for the glory of the Lord. So I thank you all, and I hope God blesses you all on this Easter weekend. Thanks everyone. Till the next video.